Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines, and indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans, where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day, while including stuff like, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 rating. Does it drop an F-bomb? Well, yes it does. Is that the first for the MCU? We got a Jamie Foxx update, Sherlock Holmes 3, Superman Legacy stuff to talk about. A lot of TV headlines in there that we'll be looking at. Of course, it's Monday. We'll be looking at the weekend's box office. But let's start off by taking a look at some new posters that dropped for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, unveiled at CinemaCon. Well, is that going on this week or something? I'm sure that lots of news and stuff will come out of that. So, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Now, they haven't uploaded them officially, but this is supposed to be coming out Beyond the Spider-Verse. Comes out next year, March. So this one, June 2nd, 2023. Guys, it's just a photo there of like a setup of them. Let me see if I can blow that up for us. Take a look at them, Spider-Gwen. Yeah, that's why I'd be watching this show. I think that's but what do you guys think about that? Some of the other stuff in here. I don't know all the other multiverse Spider-Man, so okay. Cool, huh? Yes? No? Yes? You like it? You dig it? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. There you go. CinemaCon. Is it this year? Well, if it's this week, then whatever. Lots of headlines will come out. What's another poster that we also saw? This one, guys, these posters are a little bit lackluster. There's one for Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom. Now that one is not, again, it's like a presentation, kind of like, oh, here it is, guys. You don't even see like the floating heads design here. It's just the title, blue, The Lost Kingdom. Okay, new posters. I dig it, man. Not really. What do you guys think about those two new posters, or those couple of new posters? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. All right, it's Monday, April 24th, 2023. So it's time for the weekend's box office report. Let's talk about it for the weekend of April 21st to the 23rd, 2023, weekend 16. The top 5 go. Number 1 was the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Number 2 was Evil Dead Rise. Number 3 was The Covenant. Number 4 was John Wick Chapter 4. And number 5 was Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves, with the newer movie Chevalier, opening up at 11th. But it will only hit 1,275 theaters, so 1.5. Obviously, we got to start off by talking about Super Mario Bros. Inching towards that $1 billion mark. And it's going to make $1 billion, guys. 100%. Yeah. Good movie. So it's well warranted. And who doesn't sing the Peach? Peach, 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 Peach. Yeah. I mean, come on. It's Jack Black. It's awesome. Kudos. And yeah, that's because April is a little bit slow this month. We talked about that. That's a lot of the horror movies here are going to get some air to breathe a little bit, except for The Pope's Exorcist and Renfield dropped out of the top 5. Pope's Exorcist went from 2nd place down to 7th. Renfield went 4th to 8th, but Evil Dead Rise debuted fairly well with 23.5 domestically. So that's good. Let's take a look at Evil Dead's numbers there. So 23.5 domestically, which is higher than I thought. I was thinking around 18 million domestically, but that's good. Internationally, 16.8 for a worldwide total of 40.3, and I think the studio will be very happy about that. And anybody who's gone out to see it has been very happy about it. With the budget around 15 million, 40 million opening is exactly what you want to see. You got to remember that on top of the 15 million, there's like marketing budgets and stuff like that. So it's already it's in the green now, 100%. It's made close to almost triple its budget. So Evil Dead Rise, kudos. Now, guys, if you saw my reviews for this, you know that I came out I came out somewhat a little bit. I didn't think it was that great of a film. I didn't think that it was 84% or 80% by the critics there. I didn't think it was one of the better horror movies of the year or anything like that. But don't get me wrong here. Just because I didn't like it that much, I'm not rooting for it to fail. In fact, that it's got high numbers critically and by audience, and now box office wise. That's good because I am a fan of the horror genre. And we know that Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell are working on like a Bible so that they can churn out these Evil Dead movies every 2 or 3 years. Just tell different stories on different places of the continent. Now that we know that there's different Necronomicons, it could appear anywhere, right? So, kudos. Evil Dead Rise, big numbers. Lots of people liked it. I just happen to be in that minority. But I got to call it as it is. I can get on front of you guys. I can come out here and say that, oh, it was really awesome. I loved every second of this. Now, I don't want to seem fake. I know I should. That's what YouTube says that you should do because that's all that people want to hear. Oh, I really like this movie. Unless it's the consensus that people hated it. Then you can't say that you didn't like a movie. But no, I just gotta. It was just kind of like. I like the atmosphere of it. There. That's what I'll say for Evil Dead Rise. I like the atmosphere. And I like the universe that it's playing in. I just didn't think that was a well-constructed movie. But you heard me complain about that ad nauseum. So, going back to the box office, they'll be happy with that. The only thing opening up this week that'll challenge this was Are You There Yet, God? It's Me, Margaret. We'll talk about that this week. But Super Mario Bros. 58, that's chopped down 36%. I don't think, guys, let's say that Super Mario Bros. Gets chopped down to 25 million this next week. Do you really think that Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is going to make 25 million at the box office? Maybe. I know that Are You There, Margaret has a big following. Can it make more than say 25 million though? Because Super Mario Bros. Will get chopped down. Super Mario Bros. Is going to have its free run here of April. Yeah, it's 3 weeks now at the #1 spot. It's going to be April. It's going to be right there until Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes out in the #1 spot. Yeah, that's what I forecast. So, what else opened up? The Covenant. That's that Guy Ritchie film. Is that what it is? Guy Ritchie? Guy Ritchie's The Covenant follows U.S. Army Sergeant John Kinley and an Afghan interpreter Ahmed. And this didn't open up near me, but this was also going to be opening up on Apple TV Plus or something, right? At the same time. 6.2 million domestically. And that's what I don't understand. Guys, yeah, you make it for streaming services, but you got to put it out in the theater, man, because you're ignoring cheddar here. $6.2 million is not chump change, man. Yeah, so good. That's the way you should always do it, Netflix. I'm looking at you, Netflix. And Predator Prey and Hellraiser. Those movies would have made this kind of money in the box office, man. Especially Predator Prey. Word of mouth would have. Oof, I don't know what you were doing, man. The Covenant. Yeah. John Wick Chapter 4 still hanging in there in the 4th spot with 5.7. And Dungeons and Dragons 5.4 in the 5th spot. Oh, that climbed back in because last week it was 6th. Now it's 5. Air and Dungeons and Dragons swapped. Oh yeah, that's right. They were so close last week too, right? Air is a good movie, but actually I had much more fun with Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, that's the better quality film. Pope's Exorcist, you know how I felt. Beau is Afraid. I was going to go see it yesterday, guys. I was. But Beau is Afraid is like a 3-hour film, and I was like, I'm having fun just watching baseball this afternoon. And I'll go see it on Cheap Tuesday. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to go see Beau is Afraid tomorrow when it's half price for $7. I'll go sneak into a 3-hour movie of Beau is Afraid. Well, not sneak in, I'm paying my way, but Suzume, still going strong overseas and stuff. That's big. Chevalier. Did I pull that? No, I didn't. Let's pull that up. That's the other one that opened up, based on the true story of composer Joseph Bologna, Chevalier de Saint George, the illegitimate son of an African slave and a French plantation owner who rises to the heights of in French society as a composer before an ill-fated love affair. Oh, okay, so it's sort of yeah, I'll remember the trailers for this one. 1.5 million. Maybe that'll be playing at the Art House Theater around the corner from me. I'll have to check that out on a weekend or something. Other people's children. Mafia Mama dropping all the way down. So Mafia Mama is not going to do anything this. I thought maybe I'd go see that movie, but since it's not performing, it's not worth it. But those are the weekend's numbers there, right, guys? Let's take some live comments from the people in chat. Our Glass Mikey says, I'm on the fence with Spider-Verse. I eventually did like the first movie. Took a while to warm to the new. Yeah. Bifer the Hobbit says, hey, how's it going, Bifer? Chris Schober says, I heard that in this upcoming new Star Wars movie in 2025, it is going to be returning rumored as a Jedi. Finn is going to be yeah. John Boyega said that he wants to come back, but I don't know about that, guys. He should be if he's force sensitive, according to the canon. You just that one's just rubbing up a tree that I don't know if they want to see what comes falling down. Anyway, a new Ana de Armas movie, Ghosted. Oh yeah, Ghosted was on Apple TV Plus too. And yeah, actually, Bifer, I heard that people actually pretty like that movie, Ghosted. I don't have Apple TV Plus. I was going to subscribe to Amazon Prime again towards the end of the month here, so we'll have to see. Yeah. Oh yeah, my Jays took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. That's good. Why not? Right? Gossman had a good day. Yeah, Gossman did really good yesterday. Right? Yeah, any chance to beat up on the Yankees? Why not? Okay, so where are we at? Weekend's box office. And yeah, Are You There, God? So yeah, that's the only other thing opening up this week. Are You There Yet, God? It's Me, Margaret. So let's talk about that. Because filmmaker and producer talk Judy Blume adaptation. There's an article up on MovieWeb where they talk about this. Now, I know that there's a big fan base for this. When I looked at the trailer for it, there was like lots of people saying, finally, they're making it. So, yeah. Approaching a national treasure. So it's like a coming of age story, right? So you're going to get a lot of the teeny bopper group. And I think it's a musical or something. Don't they sing in it or something? I don't know. We've got to Blum's apartment, and her husband, George Cooper, was sitting off in the corner. I needed to talk about the realities of what happened when you adapt a book. Judy is a national treasure. I was a little awed by her, so I was awkward, and I went on a while. Then I looked at each other. What the heck is going on with this quote, man? We're doing this, aren't we? And we all hugged, and that's how it started, that they wanted to adapt. Okay. Are you there, Margaret? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's got her in it. Doctor Strange. His woman. What the heck was her name again? Maybe you should pull it, James. Is that the author? Huh. Freeman Craig? No. What the heck? James, I don't know anything about this. Kelly Freeman Craig. Okay, that's her name. Kelly Freeman Craig. American screenwriter. Okay. Well, let's just go down this rabbit hole. What else has she done? The Edge of 17. Okay. I like that one. That was Haley Steinfeld, right? Post-grad. So not much. Look at Are You There, God? Or It's Me, Margaret. Yeah, this one might feel weird if I go to see it on Thursday night with a bunch of teeny boppers. I don't want to feel like a creep. We'll see. Maybe I'll just wait to Friday. Abby Ryder Forston, Rachel McAdams. That's who I was thinking of. Sorry. Kathy Bates is in this. Like Graham. Good cast. Yeah, I'm digging it. The synopsis reads, when her family moves from the city to the suburbs, 11-year-old Margaret navigates new friends, feelings, and the beginnings of adolescence. Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'll watch anything with Rachel McAdams. She grew up in a town just down the street from here. Well, like 100 kilometers, right? Was it London, Ontario she's from? Um, Probably grew up watching the London Knights that just took out the Kitchener Rangers. Yeah, we'll have to see. Bifer says, Sisu dropping in theaters on Friday, John Wick inspired me. Well, yeah, that's that. That's one where he's trying to walk through like Nazi territory or something, right? And he's like an older man who they try to pick on, and then all of a sudden he just starts fighting them and starts blowing them away. I want to see that one too. Again, it's kind of like it really depends if the theaters are playing it around here. They've been really, one of them's just kind of dropped off, not showing all these extra ones. Bifer says Ponyan Selvin 2 is in theaters on Friday. Epic conclusion. Okay. A Weaver says, hi guys. Hey Weaver, how's it going? I read that book in grade school. Most girls did. Are you there, Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret. Yeah, we were just talking about that and how it's going to fare in the opening numbers this week. If it's going to make like 25 million or not, because that's what I would forecast Super Mario Bros. To drop. If it made 58.2 this weekend, chop that in half. Let's say a 50% drop. That's or even more than that. Let's say 22 million or something. Can It's Me, Margaret make more than 22 million? Maybe. It's got a big fan base. It does. So we'll have to see. Plus, there's some other ones opening up on the 28th in 4 days on Disney Plus. Doesn't that the live action Peter Pan one that the trailers were getting thumbs down on is opening up? Wendy and Peter Pan and Wendy is opening up on Disney Plus this week. Yeah, we'll have to go. I'll be watching that movie. I don't know if we can do full live watch-alongs for Peter Pan and Wendy because people are like hating it. So they've been flagging all of the people's reactions to the trailers and stuff because they don't want bad press. But I'm going to watch it with an open mind. I am. Let me just pull that up here. Peter Pan and Wendy. Yeah, hour and 46. April 28th. Yeah. That's the one where Mila Jovovich, her daughter, is playing the star in it. And then people are like, you can't have Lost Boys that are not all boys. There's girls in there too. You can't have that. I was like, get out of here with that nonsense. You know, I'm still going to give it a fair shake. I will. Jude Law is going to be Captain Hook. Why not? I'll give it a chance on Disney Plus. So I'm probably just going to end up watching it by myself and then just doing a normal review for it. I would love to do a watch along, but I just can't risk getting a strike because they don't want anybody talking about it. Yeah. But that'll be added to my slate. Chris Schober says, I have to go to another court date on June. No, bummer, man. I hope you get all that stuff sorted out there, Chris Schober. A Weaver says, I'm not optimistic, but maybe all the moms will take their daughters. Well, here's the other thing, too. I don't think It's Me, Margaret will... I don't know what the budget for that is. I don't think it has to make like $50 million on its opening weekend or anything like that to be a success. And is it a series of books? Let's take a look at the production budget for that. See if I got a number. 30 million. So yeah, even if it doesn't, let's be optimistic and say it makes 20 million opening. Yeah, and it's going to have staying power because it's a different type of audience from like Super Mario Bros. And the horror movies that have come out recently. It's just a totally different audience. And that'll have a couple weeks there because, yeah, the other one opening up after that is Guardians of the Galaxy 3, right? So, yeah, it'll have its chances. I think it'll be fine. All right. Guys, you're watching Mirror Domains. There are all my other social media handles that you can follow. Remember, Facebook is Mirror Domains Official 4. Put the 4 behind that. I'll fix it in like 60 days when Facebook says you're allowed to change the name of the channel again. It's just I screwed up setting it up. I kept on adding numbers at the end of it while I was just cogitating and do I like this or do I not like that? Don't do that when you're setting up Facebook because they don't like you changing the name, which is fine because I guess that's like the way that they counter all the bots. But what else can you find here on the channel? Well, guys, if you go over to the community tab, aside from like our movie news there on Monday, tomorrow morning we'll be watching Big Hero 6 from Grumpy Man Reacts. We decide this from polls. So I put up a poll on the community tab. You guys can go over and vote Big Hero 6, Beauty and the Beast. And that one won by like a landslide. So I'm just going to pull up the the poll. 61 votes, and it's better that I keep it up for like a couple of weeks, right? For a week and a half. Big Hero 6, yeah, 72%. So I've never seen it before, guys. So Big Hero 6 is the big thumbs up for a lot of people, and I'm okay with that. Hey, Grumpy Man Reacts. Remember, I haven't watched a lot of these kids' movies, so I'm going to be looking at it from that perspective. So come join us tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. and we'll be watching, 10 a.m. and we'll be watching Big Hero 6. Yes, so that's going. That'll be cool. All right. What else can you find here on the channel besides that? Well, we just watched the Clone Wars last week. Wednesdays is our franchise movie day. So now that we're done Clone Wars, Wednesdays and Mandalorian's done now. We'll be watching the Clone Wars series Wednesday afternoons. We'll have to figure out a new franchise to follow along on Wednesday mornings. And if I don't find anything by Wednesday morning, we'll just go back and do a movie news show on Wednesday morning. Thursdays we do Survivor. We watch movies like The Menu. We do Horror Weekly Roundup on the weekends. And yeah, movie news Mondays and Fridays. So come join us if you like all of that stuff, guys. We do lots of live stuff. So we do lots of shorts. Yeah. We're surprisingly jumping towards the 3,500 followers. Like we've grown a lot this month, like really fast. Like the numbers have been spiking, and they've been spiking due a lot of people interacting with the shorts. I think I finally figured out the proper mix for these shorts that get people interested, and it gets engagement, and it helps us out quite a bit. And people really like the out of the theater reactions, so that's cool stuff. Lots of fun stuff here on Mirror Domains. If this is your bag, Kong, that's 8.2K views right there, so that's good. That's a trailer reaction, and it just helps throw out the net, get people exposed to, hey, what kind of other stuff out here. The only thing I don't like about YouTube is that it splits the live stuff from like the normal video stuff. So I don't know if that like the live stuff shows up in people's feeds or not when they subscribe to the channel. But yeah, lots of cool stuff here. All right, let's go in and talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, because that is a topic that came up this week. And yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 has first F-bomb in the MCU, James Gunn confirms. Yes. Over the weekend, there was a TV spot that came out of them in that like neighborhood. They try to get into a car, and Nebula's like trying to open the door, but it's like a classic car that's got like the little thumb pressing thing that you got to press in and then unlatch it, and she can't figure it out, and she gets in the car, and Star-Lord's like, you can't, yeah, this thing is effing old or something like that. I've been watching a few of these clips, but I've been like trying to stay away from them because I don't want to get spoiled too much. May 5th is when this comes out. But yeah, if you go watch this clip here, this is where he drops the F-bomb. Fine. Uh, I I don't see how that's going to punch up the script for anybody enough to say, oh yeah, now they're swearing, now they sound like real people. It's kind of like, no, I don't really care about that stuff. Is it necessary to the story? Do you really need to hear Star Lord drop the F bomb? It'd be a curious choice for a lot of parents. I don't know if that's what they want to be hearing, but hey, um, early reviews for it are getting fairly good buzz. People are digging it. Now, I posted a short on the weekend talking about the visual effects, so I'm going to be starting to cover more Guardians of the Galaxy 3 stuff as we get closer to the release date. Filled with emotion. Um, so, yeah, I'm thinking either Rocket or Drax. Actually, they both could probably die. But I'm thinking Rocket's probably going to end up dying because that'll be the most impactful for most people. Uh, yeah. Um, the movie, my heart is full and broken at the same time. It was a lot to process, a very complex story, but it left me feeling awesome. A very complex story, huh? Yeah. Does Pratt do profanity? Yeah, Pratt does, I think. If I only saw the clip once of them going into the car. I'm pretty sure it was him. Um, yeah, see how she's. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's the kind of humor. Uh, oh yeah, there he said it. Open the effing door. That's what he says. So Star Lord does it. And sorry if that's spoilers. If you want to go watch those TV spots, by all means, uh, have at it. We're just taking a look at some of the early reactions to it, and people are they're saying that it's good. Our favorite band of misfits. Is that what the translation is? I don't read that. Is that Spanish? What is that? French? Is that French, right? I don't know. I'm not going to read all of these quotes. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is hilarious, tremendously emotional, and the roundest film in the saga. The James Gunn movie. The James Gunn movies are a happy place to come back to, and the MCU in Volume 3 is the perfect, hope-filled culmination of the Marvel's hardiest heroes. Okay. Oh, right. It was opening up internationally before, right? But yeah, the marketing is ramped up. It's through the roof now until May 5th when this comes out, and I will be seeing it on May 4th on opening Thursday. So pay attention for the straight out of the theater reaction for that one. Um, First F bomb, huh? Yeah. Um, let's take a look at what some people are saying in the live comments here. More about your booking. It's leaning heavy on nostalgia. I'm trying to drop the charges because I'm a disability person. My aunt. Oh, that's above the course stuff. Well, yeah, Chris. I hope you get that stuff sorted out. I heard that Sherlock Holmes 3 movie is Professor Moriarty is coming back in Sherlock Holmes 3 release date yet. I don't know about that. They did a big faux pas. I don't know why they killed off Moriarty in the second one. Sorry, spoiler alert. Better movie, Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2013. Evil Dead 2023 or Evil Dead. Well, Evil Dead Rises or Evil Dead. I think I said that by for in my straight out of the theater reaction. Actually, I said I prefer the 2013 movie because it's got one of those scares with the knife through the tongue. That this movie didn't have that. It had the cheese grater, but it was kind of like okay. It wasn't as grotesque as you thought that it was going to be. I just ordered The Mandalorian Season 3 on DVD and eBay. Oh, cool, Chris. Um, yeah, I think I might even, I don't know. I want to record all the shots of Bo-Katan and do like a mashup, but I'm sure there's probably, that's out there on YouTube somewhere. Does Pratt do the profanity? Yes, he does. Because I ordered Mandalorian. Okay, I'm thinking of getting Book of Boba Fett. That one I would skip. Is Superman Legacy going to be a movie or TV series, or does it have to be a release date yet? We're going to talk about Superman Legacy right now. Let's, since we're on the topic of Guardians of the Galaxy and James Gunn. James Gunn talks about Superman Legacy. James Gunn, legacy script writing and balancing press. So he's got a quote out here talking about this. Somebody asked him on Twitter, and he's always talking with people on Twitter. So if you got a question, try to shoot one to him and see if he responds. Is there anyone else besides that has contributed to the script, or did you write the current version alone? I'm guessing that you had some assistance, but also to clarify, I'm asking about this version of the script because it's obvious it can obviously change on the set or be rewritten. No assistance. So James Gunn is coming out and saying that he wrote the script all by himself. How are you doing press tour stuff and pre-production for Superman Legacy? Teach me your ways. So he said, I left Legacy in the capable hands of our production designer, costume designer, casting directors, and executive producers to be taken care of while I go on the promotional tour. I'll start to see designs when I come back and see the auditions online from here. So casting directors, they do have descriptions of the characters now. He's left it all to them to go out there and go find my Superman. I'm sure he's still probably got an idea in his head as to who he would like to have play Superman. But we're going to have like the only other character that we know for sure is coming is Jimmy Olsen. But, you know, he's going to be working at the Daily Planet. So it's going to be hard not to have Lois Lane and Perry White in there, right? So who's going to be the villain? I don't know. He's just kind of left it up in the air. So it's going to be a movie there, Chris Schober. It's going to be a movie. It's not going to be a TV series. This will be the first movie in 2025 that kicks off the DC universe under James Gunn. Yeah. So if you're asking, do they know who the Superman is? I'm sure they probably do by now. At least, if not, they've got it whittled down to like one or two choices. That's what I suspect. Sherlock Holmes 3. Let's get into that. Sherlock Holmes 3 remains a priority for Robert Downey Jr. It has been over a decade since Warner Bros. Started developing Sherlock Holmes 3. So, still a priority. And in a recent interview with The Wrap, Downey, along with producer partner Amanda Burrell, confirmed that there's still a possibility of the third installment. It's a priority for the company and the lead star Robert Downey Jr. Well, here's what I can tell you. Quote, and Amanda can attest to this. Prior to this, we had lunch together with Robert and the three of us, and it was a very specific topic of conversation, Susan Downey revealed. Yes, it is in the hopper. We are going to do it when it's right, with the right people, but it's a priority for the company and priority for Robert. Well, you got to get also, I think we would like to see Guy Ritchie come back and do the third one as well, right? Because that was his tone and his flair for it. He did the first two, right? Guy Ritchie's kind of busy, though. We'll have to see. Downey assured fans that she and Burrell really push on prospective projects and always considering what we can do next. So it was announced in 2011. Yeah, so that's a while now. It is a while now. Yeah, Ritchie did the first two films. Grossed $1 billion worldwide. Mark Strong, Rachel McAdams. Yeah, we get Rachel McAdams back. Noomi Rapace. Oh yeah, she's awesome. She was in the second one. I'd be looking for. I like this. What I like about Sherlock Holmes is that it can be adapted into like. It's highly adaptable. It could be into any time period. Any two people can play it. Just not hopefully Will Ferrell and that other guy from Step Brothers. God, that movie was Holmes and Watson. Oof, that was rough. But it's still a priority, guys. So no script yet by the sounds of it. No production start date yet. That's something that they still want to keep as a possibility. And why not? Okay, Chris Schober says, is Superman Legacy? Oh, yeah, we got that one. A Weaver says, I would feel better if Gunn spent less time on social media and focused totally on shepherding these projects. Yeah, there's that concern there, too, that he's giving too much bait to possible trolls out there and it would get him sidetracked. And I don't think he would be influenced by any of these things like, oh, people really don't want to hear this in this movie. We better change this. It's like, I don't think he's doing that. By the sounds of it, he's got a clear plan as to what he wants, and that's what we're going to get. Yeah, for sure. All right. Coffee. Cup of coffee. Has anybody else watched that Macho Man Savage meme that just went viral? Yeah, it's gone viral. Everybody's doing it. It's like a clip of him talking with, just like, you know how when they do those wrestling promotionals between like the fights and stuff, what's coming up this weekend? Who are you going to fight next, Macho Man? And he was talking with Mean Gene Oakland. He's like, cup of coffee, because he's trying to get after Ricky the Dragon Steamboat or something in his coffee brand or something. It's like, cup of coffee. He's like freaking out. And I think he loses his train of thought. He's like, wow, man, freak out. Because he didn't know what to say. Maybe we'll take a look at that later on towards the end of the show, because it is funny. And it's getting memes. Anyway, Jamie Foxx update. Nick Cannon provides update on Jamie Foxx and continued hospitalization. Yeah, remember he went in like a week and a half ago or something, and he said due to health complications, and everybody's like, he's on the mend, he's doing better. His family did issue that statement that's saying, we know how beloved he is and appreciate your prayers. He's already on his way to recovery, but he's apparently still in the hospital, right? Which is not good. Current status during his new radio show. Or maybe he was released, but he's... man, I'm praying, Cannon says, when asked about Foxx's condition. You see, I posted an Instagram. Yeah. So, what did he say? I know he's doing much better because I'm actually about to do something special for him and doing him a favor. He said... he does promise that this will soon be revealed. Cannon also notes how Foxx is awake and alert, clearly happy with how things are going for his pal with his recovery. So, yeah, maybe it does sound like he's still in hospital. So, guys, it does sound like stroke or heart attack, right? That sucks, though. But it does sound like he's getting better. So, as an update, thanks to Nick Cannon there that he's awake and alert. That's good. That's always good to hear. I know he's doing so much better because I'm actually about to do something special for him. Maybe fill in for something that he was supposed to do or something like that. I don't think he's going to step in and do a movie role for him or anything, but yeah, man. Jamie Foxx, he's just too young to go. And he's still great talent. I'm a big Jamie Foxx fan, for sure. Yeah, and just, you can eat well, you can exercise well, but when it's your time, you know, when your name gets called there, it's not much you can do about it. And I was looking at this today. I pulled this from my library. I think this has got to be like one of my favorites from him. I really like this Miami Vice movie. Michael Mann, he did Heat, so he did a Miami Vice there with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx. Really gritty. A really gritty movie, and I liked it. Good movie. Really good movie. And I don't know, maybe if someday we'll do a watch along for that movie, because I had lots of fun. Well, it's not lots of fun, but I just thought it was a really cool movie. Good soundtrack, too. Really good soundtrack. Chris Cornell did a lot of the soundtrack for that with that band from Rage Against the Machine when they were doing Audio Slave. So they did... Original Fire was on that soundtrack, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was. But Jamie Foxx, he seems like he's on the mend, so thumbs up on that. All right, let's go through some hit or miss headlines, and if it's a hit, We'll talk about it. If it's a miss, we'll just move on. Zendaya, Sia, Maddie Ziegler joined Labyrinth for Coachella 2023. Wait a minute. Zendaya sings? Cool. Wearing pink corset top, frilly skirt emerged shortly after the start of I'm Tired and delivered her soft vocals softly before cranking up all the energy for All of Us, where she proceeded to dance enthusiastically around the stage. Cool. I'm going to have to try to look up some footage for this. Is this a shot of it? She sings. God, she's a talented person, isn't she? Zendaya. I stepped away from music quite a while ago for a number of reasons, but I still really love it. So the kindness and support I've received the past few days, just for a tiny little toe dip back into some music means the absolute world to me. Thanks. Cool, man. Oh, so yeah, she's an artist. You're like, when you're an artist, you jump into different realms, different mediums to experiment. Is that Sia there? Or is that Maddie? Cool, though. Maddie's the little girl that appears in all of Sia's music videos, isn't it? Well, she's not little anymore. She was that one that was in with Shia LaBeouf, where he's like in the cage. And yeah. Actually, I like that song. That's a good song. I'm going to have to look for footage about that. That's a hit. That's a hit for me. I'll be looking for that. What's next? Chris Sanders in final talks to return as the voice of Stitch in Disney's live-action Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, no, we've had some casting controversies over this too. Apparently one of the actors was not dark skin enough. His skin wasn't dark enough, so people on the left were like outraged that you weren't culturally sensitive. Well, guys, you're really calling out if someone's ethnicity or skin. Now that was the precursor. So then what people did is they went in and they searched his social media, and now they've got a better excuse for replacing that actor, saying that he had some culturally insensitive comments on his social media, so we had to replace him as an actor. It's just like, come on, guys. If you got to do your vetting stronger than that, and don't buckle to public pressure for recasting someone just because they feel like their skin isn't dark enough. Like, that's awful. Anyway, the live-action Lilo and Stitch is in the works. Tia Carrera, who voiced Nani in the first film, is going to be coming back playing a character called Mrs. Kikoa. So she'll be playing a version in a live-action character in this, so that's cool. While Amy Hill will star as a new character named Tutu. Okay. So some of the original cast from the voice cast are coming back. So what was this? Kahuya Machado was cast as David Kawena last week, but has been since recast with Kapot Dutoit. Sorry if I'm butchering these names, man. My bad. During Disney's vetting process, previous posts in Machado's which Machado used racial slurs, were uncovered on his social media. Machado's casting was not officially confirmed. No, he was going to be cast, but that wasn't official. Now, just forget about that stuff and listen to our press statement. It's like, yeah, there's a little bit of a cloud. It's just for me. It's kind of like, do we need these live action adaptations all the time? Especially when you get down to how the alien's going to look, right? Because it is kind of a creepy visage. And having that translate into live action has been something that could hinder it ever since the get-go. That's why Super Mario Bros. Had trouble getting off the ground, is because doing it as live action, how can you do the Mushroom Kingdom? How do you make Bowser look like realistic in real life and have him not be intimidating, like scary for kids, right? So that's why certain things in certain that's why it works better in certain mediums, right? And I think Lilo and Stitch I think it's going to miss the mark, man. Because people will look at it and be like, I don't know, guys. Yeah, I don't know. Byford says Maddie Ziegler did a movie called Follow in 2021. Is that the one with oh, God, Followed? Jenna Ortega, is that who was else in that one? Jenna Ortega was in that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, Shailene Woodley was in that. Oh, I'm gonna have to definitely check this movie out. 2021. Huh. I do like Shailene Woodley. And she was just in that movie that opened up on Apple TV Plus too, right? That was opening up last week about her as a cop. Jenna Ortega, Maddie Ziegler, Mia Reed. Okay, so she's done some dramatic acting. Um, I was really uncomfortable watching her in the Sia videos though, because she was wearing very revealing stuff for her age. But that's a tired argument that's probably been rehashed over and over again. Okay, how old is she? How old is she now? Born 2022 or 2002, so she'd be 21 now. Hmm. Hmm. Keep my eye out for that. Okay, where are we at? Still hit or miss. Lilo and Stitch was a hit, right? How about this one? Is this going to be a hit? Elizabeth Olsen finds it ridiculous doing her own stunts. There is a double for a reason. Yeah, she was going to have to do something where she was going to jump off something well on wires, but land down, and it was going to be a hard landing. And she was like, "Nah, there's a reason why we've got stunt doubles." Like, there she is on the set of Multiverse of Madness. She's like, "Hey, if you got them, why not use them, right?" Uh, some actors out there really, really want them to do their own, like they like to do their own stunts, like Tom Cruise, but it's not necessary all the time, right? And I agree with her. It's just not worth the risk to put your body on the line sometimes. Um, if you want to do it, you got to fight for your right to do it sometimes, because the studio will be like, for insurance reasons, they'll be like, nope, you can't do that stunt. That's too dangerous. Like I just heard recently too. Like it really depends on what you're comfortable with. Like Katie Sackhoff for Bo-Katan just came out with a story where she was doing stuff for Mandalorian season 3, and there was like this knee roll scene where she comes out and rolls on her knees, and they're like, no, we should have a stunt double to do this, and she was like, no, I want to do this. I want to do this. And she did it, and she posted a picture of her knees, uh, like like the yeah, the padding got worn off. Um, but that's because Katie Sackhoff is a badass. She's really awesome. Uh, yeah, Katie's gonna be like, you look back at her when she looks back at her career, it's gonna be like, wow, I did. That's impressive. That's impressive. But I'm not gonna get on. I'm not gonna rag on Elizabeth Olsen for using the stunt doubles. Yeah, Lizzie really nails the hand acting though. Yeah, she does with the the Scarlet uh, Witch stuff. It just kind of sucks because I thought I saw a report this morning too where she's saying that I think she's done. She doesn't have, she's like Scarlett Johansson where she's kind of like, I've done that chapter in my life. Maybe it's time to move on. Which sucks because I really liked WandaVision, and I was really hoping that she would be the big next big thing in the MCU. But then they kind of I think they did her dirty with Multiverse of Madness. I mean, the door's still open. She still could come back. I hope she does, because Wanda's my favorite. Now that Captain America is gone and Black Widow's gone, uh, Tony Stark is gone. Yeah. All right. So that was a hit. People behaving badly. Let's take a look at this. Jeff Shell ousted as NBC Universal for inappropriate behavior or inappropriate relationships. This is the CEO of NBC Universal. Does it impact us? Just a minor bit. I guess he had an inappropriate relationship with someone of his staff. Guys, we all go to work in the same places sometimes, and that's the only people that you interact with. We've all been there. But as a CEO, you know that you're not supposed to be doing that kind of stuff. So, hey, if that person means something to you, you just step aside and say, "Okay, I'm not CEO anymore." Bummer. He'll have a big golden parachute to land with. So it's no big deal for him, I suppose. That's kind of a miss. John Oliver blasts Budweiser's response to backlash over. Yeah, this has been a topic for the last week. The late night people have been farming this for material. Okay, Bud Light. If you drink Bud Light, guys, it's swill. It's a really cheap beer. It's yeah. I wouldn't. Not my choice. But anyway, the late night people have been using it because the right wingers have been coming out in protest saying that they're trying to, I don't know, fight against trans influence or, what was it, Dylan something, right? Dylan Mulvaney, yeah. I don't care. It's marketing. But he just went on to say something like, you bought the beer anyway. Bud Light doesn't care if you bought their beer and blew it up. They don't care what you do with it if you bought the product. So it's, yeah, if you saw some of the celebrities shooting the Bud and stuff, it's ridiculous. It's silly. It's absolutely. And apparently Kid Rock did that, and somebody slowed it down when he shoots the bottles. But it appears like somebody else on the side is also shooting it at the same time to make sure that they actually do get blown up, because apparently Kid Rock's aim is not so good. How about that? Hey, I'm trying to be badass here, but I need help blowing this up because my target practice is awful. It's like that's a swing and a miss for sure. That's a miss. I don't follow Kid Rock anyway. Yeah. Disneyland animatronic catches fire. Parks temporarily suspends some similar effects globally at selected experiences. Apparently, what I saw this on Twitter, and this was in California, right? Disneyland at Disney Parks. Phantasmic live show. Animatronic dragon caught on fire in California Saturday night. I think I saw an actual picture of this. It was just like a dragon, like that was taped to the side of something that just caught on fire. But I guess it's a fire hazard. That sucks. Yeah, you go to these parks and these theme rides, and it's kind of like you want to see fun stuff. You don't want to see something burned down. A Weaver says, as an American, I would like to formally apologize for both the stupidity and bad beer. Well, some people like it. My old man, he would always drink the Coors Light instead of that stuff. Which ain't much better, but, you know, that's like old man's beer, right? Chris Schober, I just looked up on IMDb and Ahsoka Season 1, and that's going to have 8 episodes. Oh, nice. I also heard that the Ahsoka season may have longer episodes than the 30-minute episodes. Did I pull that as well? I thought I did. All right. Well, actually, we're here. Let's talk about some TV headlines, and then we'll get into the Reddit roundup. Superman and Lois teaser hypes the arrival of Michael Cudlitz as Lex Luthor. So I started off watching Superman and Lois first season, and I really enjoyed the episodes that I watched. But the first season was rough because they did like 6 episodes, and then they went on hiatus because they didn't know if they were going to be making more. But they went on too long of a hiatus, like a month, and I just lost track. I just kind of like, you film 2 more episodes to come out in a month, but then we had to wait another 3 weeks after that to get back into the season. I just lost it. And I never went back to it. But I did like Tyler. It's Tyler Hoechlin, right? As Superman. He did a good job. So who's going to be the Lex Luthor? Michael Cudlitz. He played Abraham on The Walking Dead. So if you don't know that, Hoping that you got me a picture there. Right there. That's Abraham. That picture sucks. uh, okay. That's a very different casting than I thought that we would get. As Lex Luthor, huh? Yeah, he's a ginger. Maybe. Um, that's him on The Walking Dead. He was good on The Walking Dead. Uh, he took it like a champ too. He did, and that's when Negan did him in. I was kind of like, that's yeah, one of the big straws for a lot of people. Then he did Glenn in, and then that was too much for most people. Yeah, he was a cool character, though. Good actor. So I'm curious to see what he would do with Lex Luthor. Galadriel, the Rings of Power villain story will begin properly in season 2. I'm a big fan of what Morvith Clark did with Galadriel in the first season. I know that they're slightly changing the tone of what it's going to be for season 2. It's shooting now, so um, yeah. Remember in The Lord of the Rings, she was tempted to take the ring. I guess they're going to explore that taste and desire for her to have power in this season 2, which will make a lot of people angry because they'll be like, that's not what Galadriel will do. But she's got to grow into that, folks. She's going to grow into the Galadriel that we know from the movies. She's just got her own arc to go through, and I'm going to give Morvith Clark a lot of rope here on this one to just go and explore. Don't pay attention to what people's complaints are. Yeah, I want to see what you can do. I do, because I thought you did a good job. He was in Band of Brothers too. Michael Cudlitz, cool. Band of Brothers. Yeah, I need to watch that series. 12 biggest Picard. Yeah, we don't need to go into that. This was just pulled in case I was running out of time. Uh, and I'm not running out of time. I'm actually running a little bit over time. I was going to do this one too. Star Wars proves Palpatine: Rise of Skywalker Return can fit canon. Again, stories out there trying to justify how Palpatine returned and stuff like that. Bifer says Amazon should hire Terry Metalis to write Rings of Power Season 2. Yeah, that would be awesome. But I think most of the scripts are probably done by now because they're filming Season 2 right now for Rings of Power. Just give us more Elrond and stuff. Yeah. They're just, I think first season really suffered with too many storylines apart from each other, and we didn't know how they were going to all fit together until like the very last episode, right? It's like, oh, finally that Bronwyn and that other elf guy is finally going to meet up with the other characters. It's like, wow, that took a long time. Yeah, it did. Okay, so where are we at? Let me just refresh my subscriptions to see if a new trailer has dropped. And if it hasn't, then what we will do is we'll go over to the Reddit Roundup and see if we missed anything for today. If any new trailer drops or anything like that, we'll do a trailer reaction. If there's any big news story, we'll be doing a lot of the shorts later on today too, guys. I have to do the shorts because, as I said, that's what's gaining the channel traction. I'm really happy with the way subscriptions are going up. Because I'm hoping that when we get around to the 5,000 mark or so, I'm going to boost up the membership perks. I'm not going to be somebody who says it's members only chat, unless we're doing something really sensitive. But yeah, I'll be doing a lot more members content when we get around to actually having a lot more people interested in the channel. Okay, so I'm not seeing any new trailers on my feed. Let's go over to the old Twitterverse and see if we miss any big headlines out there that's trending. Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling behind the scenes on Barbie. Yeah, that movie's coming out late July, right? So I'm looking forward to that one. New look at Harrison Ford and Phoebe Waller-Bridge in Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny. This one I'm starting to get hyped to as well. I think that one's going to be good because Harrison Ford he's fully on board for this one. It's James Mangold too. I mean, come on, he did Logan. So looking forward to that. All right. Why am I not being allowed to close it? Okay, good. First poster for The Witcher Season 3 has been released. This one will be bittersweet for a lot of people, right? Because Henry Cavill's, this will be his final season. Or, yeah, because he shot Season 3, right? The last season of The Witcher, yeah. That's what people will be saying. Because he shot it, and then they're going to recast him for the fourth one. So, yeah. Bittersweet for some people, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger to star in action thriller Breakout. When his stepson Daniel is framed and sentenced to 25 years in a foreign country, Terry Reynolds makes a daring jailbreak to save him in a race against time to flee the country. So it's very Commando-esque, right? But Arnold's going to be in that show on Netflix next month, Fubar. We're going to be doing full watch-alongs for that. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll be doing full live watch-alongs for that one for sure. No Hard Feelings. New poster with Jennifer Lawrence. Let's make that one bigger. Guys. Oh, I don't want to open the link in the new. Just give me the image in the new tab. There we go. No Hard Feelings. Yeah, that was that raunchy comedy where she's trying to like take this guy's V card, right? His parents try to hire her to take his V card, and he's like resistant to everything. He's naive. Who would be naive with Jennifer Lawrence was like making advances towards you? Being like, yeah. I found that a little bit far-fetched, but okay. I'll still check it out. Timothée Chalamet on the set of Martin Scorsese's commercial for Chanel Bleu. Martin Scorsese directed a commercial for some cologne, Chanel Bleu. Did I must have smelled Chanel. Maybe I'll see if I can find Chanel. I'll smell some Chanel later on today for my afternoon walk. I'll go into the store and see if I can spray some on and see if I like it or not. Okay, so there's an alternative poster for No Hard Feelings. Zendaya is to be honored with the CinemaCon Star of the Year award this week. Zendaya. That looks like fan art. Okay, cool. Don't know who that is. Actors under 40 who people will go to the theaters for. Chris Hemsworth, Jennifer Lawrence, Tom Holland, Michael B. Jordan, Zendaya, Scarlett Johansson, Jenna Ortega, Margot Robbie, Henry Cavill, Emma Watson, Gal Gadot, and Timothée Chalamet. Yeah. 20 actors. Tom Cruise. I don't know if people will go to the theater just to see Dwayne Johnson, though. I don't know. Brad Pitt, Denzel Washington, Leonardo for sure. Not Will Smith anymore either. Did people actually go out and see his last film with, Antoine Fuqua? No one did, right? Keanu Reeves. So that's all just opinion. What's this? Last night's Succession. Oh yeah. Succession was on last night. Well, that's over. It's almost time. Alexander Skarsgård was he on Succession? I don't know. people to not go to the theater for Gadot. Was she on that list? Gal Gadot? No. George Clooney and Julia Roberts people still go to. Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, definitely. I don't know, but I don't. Sandra Bullock, yes, still people will go to the theater for that. Keanu, of course. Yeah. What else do we got here? Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, they just wrapped that rom-com that they did, right? Kevin Harmon, Chevalier. Is that what? Yeah. So he's a composer that falls in love with somebody who he's not supposed to fall in love with. Minnie Driver's in that, huh? I might have to check that out. I do like Minnie Driver. She was in Good Will Hunting, right? Zendaya performing. Okay, good. We got some actual photographs here. I need to find the video of this then. Cool. Yeah, when you're an artist, singing is just like, it's another part of artistry, right? Expressing yourself. That's cool, man. I dig that. Yeah, cool. Timothée Chalamet on the commercial with Martin Scorsese. So there looks like some of it's going to be on a subway. Bill Hader has written 3 film scripts that he is now developing, including a horror movie that he'll star in. Oh, Bill Hader fans, he's going to be in a horror movie. Cool. Lady Bird. Gerwig. Okay. Shalyo. Yay. I think that's pretty much it. Northman was released 1 year ago. Evil Dead Rise. There, that'll be a good way to leave this out. What? Yeah. Makeup was good. The makeup was good. I'll tell you that. Yeah, you guys know my complaints about that. All right, guys, we've run about 7 minutes over time. If I miss something, it'll be up on a short later on today, or if it trailer. But come join us tomorrow for Big Hero 6. Big Hero 6 tomorrow morning, guys. My first exposure to this film. And I'll remember to make sure that the sound works properly. The sound is there for Inside Out, but it's very, very low. Like, you'll have to like really crank it to hear it. And it was my bad. I had the settings set up on OBS wrong, but I've corrected it for tomorrow for sure. So come join us for that, and we'll do some more movie news and stuff, little shorts and stuff all throughout the week. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. From Beer Domains.